Deadpool finds himself restless after the chaotic events of the first film. He's still cracking jokes and breaking the fourth wall, but something feels off. He can't shake the thought that his story isn't finished, and he starts suspecting bigger players are messing with his timeline again. Wolverine, on the other hand, just wants peace and quiet, but he's constantly dragged back into Deadpool's orbit. The two cross paths once more, reluctantly teaming up when a strange energy ripples through their world. This new disturbance comes from a villain who manipulates timelines more dangerously than before. Deadpool jokes about budget cuts and Disney mergers, while Wolverine keeps his eyes on the threat. They quickly discover that the disruption could erase them both, leaving no trace of their adventures. Deadpool makes light of the situation, but Wolverine knows it's dead serious. Together, they set out to track down the source of this anomaly. Their first stop leads them to a crumbling city where fragments of different universes collide. Streets glitch between familiar Marvel settings and strange alternate versions of reality. Deadpool gets distracted by a version of himself running a taco stand, while Wolverine stays focused. They realize the villain has been pulling characters from different timelines into one unstable world. The danger is growing, and so is the chaos around them. The villain reveals himself as a time-weaving mastermind, someone obsessed with rewriting stories to his liking. He taunts both Deadpool and Wolverine by showing them alternate lives they could have lived. Wolverine sees a reality where he never lost anyone, while Deadpool sees a version of himself finally respected as a hero. Both men are shaken, but neither is willing to give in to temptation. Their bond begins to solidify despite their constant bickering. Deadpool, always the unpredictable one, insists on charging into the villain's base head-on. Wolverine warns against it, but of course, Deadpool ignores him. They're ambushed, and the fight is brutal. Wolverine slashing through waves of distorted enemies, while Deadpool cracks endless jokes about cheap CGI soldiers. Even when bloodied, they never stop moving. Eventually, they retreat, realizing they need a real plan if they want to survive. In the downtime, Deadpool tries to lighten the mood by making Wolverine laugh, though Logan refuses to crack. Still, Deadpool notices that Wolverine listens to him more than before. They both admit, in their own ways, that they're tired of being pawns in other people's games. The villain may be rewriting stories, but they want to write their own. It's the closest they come to bonding, though Wolverine keeps his tough exterior. The two seek help from unexpected allies across fractured universes. They encounter alternate mutants, some hostile and some willing to help. Deadpool nearly blows their cover by chatting too much, but Wolverine keeps them alive with his instincts. These allies reveal that the villain's plan is to erase all timelines that don't serve his perfect vision of the Marvel world. Deadpool and Wolverine realize their existence itself is on the chopping block. Deadpool, surprisingly, grows serious. He admits that, for once in his life, he wants to matter. Wolverine doesn't say much, but his silence carries weight. They agree to fight not just for themselves, but for all the versions of heroes that deserve to exist. It's a strange mix of sincerity and sarcasm, but somehow it works. Their mission now feels bigger than either of them imagined. The villain creates warped versions of iconic heroes to stop them. A twisted Captain America, a dark Iron Man, and a monstrous Hulk stand in their path. Wolverine doesn't hesitate, clawing through the chaos, while Deadpool makes fun of evil Avengers, like it's a parody show. Still, the battles are intense, and both men are pushed to their limits. They realize the villain is pulling strings from the shadows, feeding off the chaos. At one point, Deadpool is nearly killed, and Wolverine saves him at the last second. Deadpool tries to make a joke about romantic timing, but it's clear he's shaken. Wolverine, frustrated but protective, tells him to stop treating everything like a game. For the first time, Deadpool admits he's scared of being erased. That vulnerability changes the way Wolverine looks at him. A deeper trust begins to form. They push forward, reaching the villain's inner sanctum, a swirling nexus of broken timelines. It's a place where everything and nothing exists at once. Deadpool can't resist commenting about low-budget Doctor Strange visuals. While Wolverine prepares for the fight of their lives, the villain offers them one last chance to accept new lives in his rewritten world. Both men refuse, standing their ground together. The final battle explodes across shifting realities, with Deadpool and Wolverine fighting side by side. Wolverine's rage fuels his strikes, while Deadpool's unpredictability keeps their enemy guessing. The villain bends timelines around them, creating illusions of lost loved ones and alternate futures. Wolverine nearly falters at the sight of Jean Grey, but Deadpool pulls him back. Together, they tear through the illusions and strike at the heart of the villain's power. Deadpool, in a rare moment of clarity, uses the villain's own timeline manipulating device against him. He cracks one last joke about rewriting the script as he triggers it. The villain is overwhelmed by his own weapon, torn apart by the unstable timelines he created. The collapse begins, threatening to drag everything into nothingness. Deadpool and Wolverine cling to each other as the world crumbles around them. Just when it seems they'll be lost, a surge of light stabilizes their reality. They wake up in what feels like their original timeline, though nothing is ever certain with them. Wolverine checks his claws, while Deadpool immediately wonders if there's a post-credits scene. Both are alive, scarred, but still standing. The bond they formed is undeniable, even if they'll never admit it outright. Deadpool celebrates their survival in his usual chaotic way, throwing out one-liners and mocking the movie itself. Wolverine growls that it's not over, that there's always another fight waiting for them. Still, he doesn't walk away from Deadpool this time. They both know that whatever comes next, they'll face it together, reluctant partners, but partners nonetheless. In the aftermath, small hints of lingering instability remain. Strange ripples appear in the sky, and Deadpool comments that sequels are inevitable. Wolverine looks up with his usual grim face, knowing deep down that their fight isn't finished. The threat of more timeline disturbances hangs in the air. It's both a warning and a promise of what's to come. Deadpool breaks the fourth wall one last time, looking straight at the audience. He jokes about ticket sales, spin-offs, and the possibility of teaming with other heroes. Wolverine interrupts, dragging him off before he can reveal too much. Their dynamic remains intact, chaotic, hilarious, and oddly heartfelt. The screen fades with Deadpool's voice still cracking jokes in the background. The credits roll, but a mid-scene reveals more. A mysterious figure picks up remnants of the villain's broken device. Their identity is hidden, but the implication is clear. Someone even more dangerous might return. Deadpool yells from off-screen, mocking Marvel's obsession with cliffhangers. Wolverine groans, already regretting whatever future battle lies ahead. The final tease shows Deadpool trying to convince Wolverine to start a buddy cop franchise together. Wolverine snarls in rejection, but there's a hint of amusement in his eyes. Deadpool insists that fans would love it, while Wolverine mutters about walking away for good. Their banter continues as the scene cuts to black, leaving audiences laughing and excited. Deadpool and Wolverine's story ends not with closure, but with an open door. Their reluctant friendship, their battles across timelines, and their refusal to be erased have cemented them as one of the most unlikely but powerful duos. They're chaotic, broken, and endlessly entertaining. And deep down, both of them know they wouldn't have it any other way.